480 BC. Xerxes. The first crosses the Hellespont with the largest invasion force the ancient world has ever assembled. Herodotus counted over 2 million men. Modern historians put the real figure closer to 200,000 fighting troops. But what if the army blocking his path through Thessaly was not a Greek phalanx, but 2,000 Roman legionaries, pulled 6 centuries forward from the reign of Trajan? 100 Persians for every legionary. On paper, the math ends the fight in minutes. In reality, the ground takes 31 hours and proves something neither side expects. This simulation drops both forces onto the open plain of Thessaly, 10 kilometers north of the pass at Thermopylae. Flat, dry, treeless, dusty ground stretches in every direction. Midsummer is the chosen date, with no rivers within a day's march and afternoon, air temperatures above 38 degrees Celsius. Roman troops arrive in their standard imperial loadout: Lorica segmentata, scutum, Gladius, 2 pila, 4 days of rations, and a single aquila, the eagle standard. They bring no ballistae, no auxiliary cavalry, no allies, no slingers. Persian forces field their full order of battle as recorded by Herodotus and Aeschylus. Spara infantry, Median and Scythian levies, 10,000 Immortals, 20,000 horse, and the great king himself on a raised throne 3 kilometers behind the line. Neither side may withdraw from the field. Combat ends when one army can no longer hold a formation. Reinforcements are denied to both sides. No surrender clause exists. The legionary of the 2nd century AD is the most engineered infantryman the ancient world will ever produce. His body armor, Lorica segmentata, is 23 overlapping iron strips weighing 9 kilograms. Around his left arm hangs the scutum, a curved rectangle of laminated birch and leather, 1 meter tall, 10 kilograms heavy, edged in iron. At his right hip rides the Gladius hispaniensis, 60 centimeters of double-edged steel, forged for the short thrust between 2 locked shields. Each man carries 2 pila, heavy javelins, with a soft iron shank designed to bend on impact, denying the enemy the weapon back. Effective throwing range, 25 meters. Penetration, through any wicker shield and most bronze ones. The unit organization is the cohort. 480 men in 6 centuries. 2,000 legionaries form 4 cohorts under a single tribune named in the simulation as Gaius Vibius Maximus. Roman doctrine is grinding attrition by formation. Hold the line, throw at 20 meters, close to the Gladius, rotate fresh ranks forward every 30 seconds. The Legion of Trajan has averaged a kill ratio of 8-1 against barbarian opponents from Britannia to Dacia. A legionary is trained to fight in formation for 6 straight hours. He is conditioned to march 30 kilometers under 60 pounds of load and dig a fortified camp at the end of it. But he is not trained to fight encircled in a desert without water. The Persian army of Xerxes is not 1 army, but 40. Spara infantry form the front. Wicker shields called spara, 2.5 meters tall, planted in the dirt to make a wall. Behind that wall stand archers with composite recurve bows. Effective range 150 meters. Sustained rate of 6 arrows per minute per man. The Immortals are the household guard, exactly 10,000 strong, identically armed and instantly replaced when killed. A fallen Immortal is replaced before the next dawn, which is why their number is always 10,000. Field command belongs to Mardonius, son of Gobryas, brother-in-law to the king, the most experienced general in the empire. Xerxes himself watches from a wooden throne on a hill, runners constantly relaying his orders down to the line. The cavalry are Median nobles in iron scale armor on Nicaean horses, 18 hands tall, the strongest mounts in the ancient world. 20,000 riders. Their primary tactic is not the charge. Envelopment is the doctrine. The empire stretches from the Aegean to the Indus, 5,000 kilometers from edge to edge, and Persian warfare is shaped by that geography. Every battle is fought with overwhelming numerical depth and a supply train that arrives by ox cart and pack camel. The Persian camp at Thessaly carries water rations for 2 weeks. By contrast, the Roman canteens hold 1.5 liters per man. Roman forces deploy on a low rise, 2 cohorts forward, 2 cohorts in reserve, frontage 280 meters. The opposing Persian line extends almost 2 kilometers to either side. 6 minutes after first contact, the arrow storm begins. 40,000 archers loose volleys in sequence. The sky over the legion goes dark for a count of 3. Legionaries lock shields above and forward. The testudo, the tortoise, 2 pila slots, 20 hands per square meter of overhead cover. Arrows hit at 140 meters per second. Most break against the scuda. Some find the gaps. The first Roman dies 80 seconds into the volley. An arrow through the foot, pinning him to the ground. Volleys come every 4 seconds. After 10 minutes, the front rank's shields each carry between 15 and 40 embedded arrow shafts, and the weight on the left arm has climbed past 15 kilograms. The legion has lost 11 men, but the line holds. Mardonius orders the wicker wall forward. 12,000 spara advance in 3 ranks, spears braced, shields locked. The legionaries break testudo. First cohort steps to throwing distance. 2,000 pila go up at once. Release velocity, 20 meters per second. The wicker spara is built to stop arrows. It is not built to stop a 2-kilogram iron-shanked javelin. 800 spara fall in the first volley alone. The Roman line surges forward to Gladius range. A Persian spear is 2 meters long. By contrast, the Gladius reaches only 60 centimeters. On paper, the Persians win this exchange. In reality, the math is wrong. The curved scutum body checks the spear point upward. The legionary steps inside the shaft. The Gladius punches under the ribcage with the full weight of the shoulder behind it. This technique is called the Gladius thrust, and it kills a man in under 2 seconds. Within 7 minutes, the first Persian rank breaks. Their second rank trips over the first. The third turns and runs. 1,100 spara lie dead in a heap 2 ranks deep. Romans dead. 32. Xerxes commits the Immortals. They come down the slope in ordered files, gold pomegranate spear butts catching the sun. Polished armor reflecting in long lines. Their armor is iron scale over linen. Superior to spara wicker, inferior to Roman segmentata. Field command falls to the Hazarapadish, who has fought from Lydia to the Indus. The Immortals close at a measured walk. Legionaries throw their second and final pilum. 800 Immortals fall before contact. The line does not break. They step over their dead and engage. Fighting at the front lasts 43 minutes without pause. The Romans hold ground but cease to advance. By the end of Phase 3, the legion has lost 240 men. Immortal dead number 3,100. The kill ratio is 13-1 in Roman favor. But the arithmetic of 200,000 still favors Persia. Mardonius sees what the Romans on the rise cannot. 2,000 men cannot extend a line 2 kilometers wide. The Persian flanks are not engaged. They are walking. While the Immortals grind the Roman front, 20,000 median cavalry ride wide around both ends of the legion. The maneuver takes 11 minutes. Roman scouts first see the dust at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock simultaneously. Tribune Vibius orders the rear cohorts to face about. The legion now fights on all 4 sides. Classical Roman doctrine, 3 lines, deep, with fresh men rotating forward every half minute, collapses into a hollow square 140 meters per side. There is no rear. Reserves do not exist. No fresh ranks can rotate in. The cavalry do not charge the square. They circle it at 100 meters and add another 12,000 horse archers worth of arrows from the saddle. Fresh Persian archers cycle forward from the main camp every hour on foot. By the 3rd hour, the Roman shields each carry 80 to 100 arrow shafts. Combined weight on the left arm passes 22 kilograms. Air temperature on the plain reaches 39 degrees. A legionary in full armor, fighting in formation, sweats 2 liters per hour. Each man carries 1.5 liters of water at the start of the day. By the 4th hour, the legion is out of water. After the 5th hour, men begin to drop not from wounds, but from heat. A soldier in iron armor with no water has between 60 and 90 minutes before his core temperature crosses 41 degrees and his motor control collapses. The Persians rotate fresh contingents forward every 90 minutes. Rome rotates no one. The square shrinks by roughly 10 meters per hour. Inside it, the eagle standard is moved to the geometric center of the formation. Discipline does not break. Hydration does. At hour 6, Mardonius does the unexpected. He pulls the cavalry back. The arrow rain stops. A Persian corridor opens to the south, 400 meters wide. Through it, a Greek-speaking herald delivers the message. Walk out, return to your provinces. The King of Kings has no further quarrel with you. Tribune Vibius refuses. He has no orders from Rome to retreat, no path to it that does not pass through the Persian baggage camp, and no water for the march even if the path were clear. The corridor closes after 22 minutes. Arrow rain resumes. This trap was never primarily military. It is logistical. Xerxes never needed to break the legion in combat. He needed only to keep it on the plain until the sun did the work. A Roman legion in open formation in midsummer Thessaly, with no water and no relief, has a maximum combat duration of 9 hours. Mardonius has calculated this. His Greek advisors include exiles from Sparta, who served against Roman-style heavy infantry as mercenaries in Egypt. They have told him exactly how the legionary fights, how he eats, how much he drinks, and how long he lasts in the heat. The Persian plan was finalized before the Romans were ever sighted. Persian soldiers have eaten 3 meals from their supply train. By dusk on day 1, the square is down to 800 standing men. At midnight, 400. The temperature drops to 22 degrees overnight, but the surviving legionaries are too dehydrated to recover. Mardonius forbids his men to attack in darkness. Persian campfires ring the square at 100 meters in an unbroken circle. The legionaries hear them eating and drinking through the night. Tribune Vibius orders the wounded killed by their comrades to preserve dignity and water. 46 men die by the hand of their tent mates between midnight and the third watch. The equilifer ties himself to the eagle standard with leather cord so that the standard cannot be taken while he still breathes. At dawn on the second day, the eagle is finally taken. The last legionary is killed defending the standard at the foot of the throne hill, 3 kilometers from where the battle began. Final count: Romans dead, 2,000. Persians dead, 9,400. Total combat duration, 31 hours. The kill ratio is 4.7 to 1 in favor of Rome. By every direct metric of close combat skill, armor quality, formation discipline, and weapon engineering, the legionary is the superior soldier. He kills almost 5 Persians for every man he loses. None of it changes the outcome. The experiment proves something the Romans themselves will learn 6 centuries later at Carrhae in 53 BC, and again at Adrianople in 378 AD. A perfect infantry formation is a closed system, and a closed system in the desert loses to a force that controls the open ground around it. Xerxes did not need a better army. He needed a bigger map and a hotter day. The legion was not defeated by Persia. It was defeated by arithmetic and thirst.